Here we are again, Northwood Park. I was here a couple of weeks ago, filmed a piece, but it was on a very windy day, and when I looked back at what I'd filmed, you couldn't hear half of what I said. So I'm back here again today. Weather's a bit drizzly, but it's better than it was a couple of weeks ago, so I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll have a look around, see what's what. Alright, so here we are in the first part of Northwood Park. Now it's January, so I was expecting the grass to be a tad overgrown. Not a very good idea to mow grass this time of year. But what you see before you is where they used to plant the summer flowering plants and the spring flowering bulbs and all that. Used to make a very nice display. But sadly in the summer, it looks a bit worse for wear. And there you can see a bridge that's installed in the past few years that leads over to there, new play equipment. We're not going to go and have a look over there, there's no point really. I'm a bit too old for that play equipment. I remember when there was a wooden bridge there. When I was a kid, I wanted to go across that bridge all the time, even though it was just part of the putting green. Speaking of the putting green, there's part of it there. Haven't been a putting green for years. And here's one of the shelters here in the park. Let's take a look around. As you can see, it's seen better days. No glass or anything in the windows there. If we look here, we can see an homage to an old children's television show. Hello, Mr. Spoon. Let's walk around here. Up I go, there is another shelter over there. Won't walk over there yet, if at all. Because the place I want to go to next is in the distance there. Near that building, where you used to be able to buy tickets for the putting green, I think. Now if you look over there, now last time I was able to get a bit of a closer look by walking down here. Let's see. Yeah, I can do that again. Now this bit has been derelict for about 20 years. Hasn't had any official proper use. Many years ago, there were tennis courts here. In fact, I'm wondering if these are still the markings for the old tennis courts. Probably are. But that was before my time, the tennis courts. I remember it when it was Kiddie's Corner. Various toys that you could ride on. Right, that was many years ago. Here, example of local street art. In recent times, it's been used to store the bedding plants which were planted over where we just were, but that hasn't been for a while now. I won't mention any of the plans for this part of the park, simply because Tim Adams from the council posted a video online a few days ago mentioning the plans for this part of the park. So let's go back through here, past the old building. There's another entrance there to that bit. I mean, a few years ago, while it was I think under consideration to be a skate park, an unofficial kind of skate park. I mean, I seem to remember a few things that were built there, and there was a meeting in where some people demanded this area of the park, but they got their wish and got that up the meadow. So let's walk over here. So I'm going to take you to a bit now I don't normally go to that much, not even in summer. It's a piece that's looked after by volunteers, and I can show you just who they are with this little sign here, by the Friends of North Lodge Park. Again, the grass hasn't been cut recently, but like I said, you don't cut grass this time of year. This is probably, excuse me, the best kept area of the park. Here's a floral tribute pergola. There's another floral tribute on a bench just up here that I saw on my way in. So let's walk back out of here. See, there's another tribute. Let's walk over here to the left there. That was a cafe. There's been a lot of arguments over that in recent years. Various people want to take it over. They argue like crazy on social media. It's now run by the About With Friends charity. The main entrance is just around the corner here. The boating lake, looking a bit green. Don't know if that'll show up on the camera. That's used quite a bit in the summer. Over there where those benches are, I think they used to do croquet there. I'm not sure. I'm sure someone will comment on this. Now, as we walk over here, this is the building which has been in the news a lot lately here in North Lodge Park. This is the home of Cromer Town Council. Now, like I said, there's been a lot of discussion over this, a few meetings. And if I just point you to the parish poll that's coming up on the 13th, it's basically asking, can't read it, I'll read it out for you. We, the people of Cromer, are going to be asked 4 questions about if the town council should limit its council tax precept to no more than 10%, Should the town council sell this building? Should the town council move into smaller offices? And number 4, should they develop a parish plan? Parish plan that will ask, should the residents of Cromer be consulted on future plans and all that? I'm not sure. I think they used to hold weddings here a few years ago as well. I personally I'd vote for that limit at 10%. That council tax limit. And as for selling this building, I think they should as well. I mean, perhaps they could sell it to a company who could rent it out for offices and all that stuff. Save them spending their money themselves. And then perhaps move into a smaller building. I mean, there's a couple in Cromer I can think of myself that they could move into. I mean, they're closing the Tourist Information Centre. Perhaps they could move in there, or even the old Lloyd's Bank building that's been empty for quite a while since Lloyd's pulled out. So let's go down here. That over there used to be the bowling green, not 10-pin bowling, the other sort. If we walk up here, another shelter which has seen better days. Yeah, let's continue. Now this is the route that takes us into town. Used to be public toilets in that building there. And there's the About with Friends bistro again. That used to be one of the local play groups. Let's carry on down here. Now this place is obviously closed this time of year because who the hell wants to buy an ice cream? Oh, gelato. It's nice to see this get some use. I mean, it was empty, a bit ramshackle for years. I think at one point they sold antiques here. And it's had various other uses. Let's go back round this way. Now this bit of the park doesn't look too bad, does it? Over there you can see the lifts which take you down to the Rocket House Cafe and the Henry Blogg Lifeboat Museum, which is closed for refurbishments at the moment. I'll get my teeth in. Down there, that used to be the Lifeboat Museum. It's currently where the inshore lifeboat is housed. Right, we go down the steps here. This is the Sunken Garden. This used to be the model village here in Cromer. Used to quite enjoy coming here over the years when I was a youngster. Now this shelter over here, you can't argue that it looks a lot nicer. A lot nicer than the ones back in the other part of the park. And here's the history of the gangway. That's that road down there leads down to the beach. I mean, for many years there used to be crab boats all down there. I seem to remember a local councillor complained about it. But I should add that at the time, that local councillor, well, he wasn't born and bred in Cromer. So let's move in and turn the camera around, and I can give a final thought. Well, you've seen most of the park here. There's bits that are in need of a bit of love and affection. Bits of it like the bit I'm standing in now, which is okay. But the reason I came here was the main council offices up there. There's been a lot of toing and froing, a lot of back and forth arguments about that over the past few weeks. The local council wanting to raise the council tax help pay to put a lift in and to get it up to spec and all that. Like I said when I was over there, personally, I think the council should sell the building and perhaps use the money elsewhere to develop other parts of this park. Like I said, there's a parish poll on the 13th of February. They're just under 2 weeks away from recording of this video. I would urge everyone that can to vote in that. Every Cromer resident they can, because I know that people have been turned away from the meetings because there wasn't enough room. But the thing that concerns me is that if the vote goes the way that the council doesn't want it to go, there's the possibility that they won't keep up with the wishes of the people of the town. That remains to be seen. But that's the end of my little video here. I'm off to go and do some shopping in town. Bye.